this young doc real quick.
I just feel very lucky to get to take my music to the places I've gotten to take it to, just geographically. I never thought I'd get to go to these places in my life, and the fact that I get to go to these places and play music I've written about my life, and look down into the crowd and know that the fans relate to that in some way, even though they live halfway across the world, it's an honor.
The incredible journey of Taylor Swift all began with a girl, a guitar, and a dream.
I never would have imagined that that would be a possibility for a goal. I was hoping to be able to sell one record, be able to make a record, to be able to have songs that people could hear. That's like...
One record to like probably 100 million records.
The fact that that's happening now, and it's all the fans, and I'm just at a loss again for words.
So if there's anything you feel like you want to jump in on, if there's
absolutely.
your part that you're really good at, then just sing, dance, just be
Oh,
yourself.
fantastic. I think we're all going to do this,
This is a
right?
really safe space.
Taylor Swift is a 10-time Grammy winner and the youngest recipient in history of the music industry's highest honor, the Grammy Award for Album of the Year. She is the
Youngest
only
winner?
artist in history to have an album hit the 1 million first-week sales figure 3 times. She's a household name whose insanely catchy, yet deeply personal self-penned songs transcend music genres. The history of the music industry's highest honor,
You're really good at, then
history of the Taylor Swift is a 10-time Grammy winner and the youngest recipient in history of the music industry's highest honor, the Grammy Award for Album of the Year. She is the only artist in history to have an album hit the 1 million first-week sales figure 3 times. She's a household name whose insanely catchy, yet deeply personal self-penned songs transcend music genres, and a savvy businesswoman who has built a childhood dream into an empire.
It occurs to me how lucky I am, actually. I get so excited about it, and I wake up with a smile on my face, and honestly never thought I'd get to do this stuff. So being here is unbelievable. For me, making an album is about telling stories, making confessions, and writing songs so detailed that each guy knows which song is about him.
Whoa!
Never been presumptuous about dreams. When you have crazy dreams like, I wonder what it would be like to win a Grammy someday, I never actually could fathom that it might happen until I was walking up there. And
Uno, dos, three, four. What is that, 5?
and winning one.
Hold on, what year was this?
Might happen until I was walking up there and winning one.
Bro, this looks like... This looks
Actually
like...
could fathom that it might happen.
Whoa. This looks like some Beyonce or Drake stuff. Or even like Mike Jack. I'm trying to think of like people who won like a lot of awards. I'm pretty sure Drake has swept the Grammys before. I'm pretty sure Beyonce probably has. I'm pretty sure Michael Jackson probably has. Who else, man? Has Adele ever swept the Grammys? I'm gonna get you. Come on, man. Adele's pretty good. I'm trying to think who else has probably swept the Grammys, man. No, that's incredible. Bro, she really killed everybody this year. Look at this, bro. This is like some Shaq and Kobe Lakers type stuff, man. Just pure dominance.
Until I was walking up there and winning one.
That's crazy. That's like SpongeBob back in the day. SpongeBob kept winning.
When I was a little kid and I would see singers on TV playing concerts or music videos and stuff, I would always think to myself, if I was ever lucky enough by some crazy chance I could ever do that, I would want to sign autographs all day, every day for anybody who wanted one. And I want to take pictures with everybody. And, you know, I wanted to say thank you for all the stuff that they've done for me. You know, they've made my life really fun.
One of the great virtues in country music is humility. You can fake humility and pretend to be humble, but you can't do that for very long. You honestly do have.
Nah, that's true because like you'll meet people, and then in the beginning, they cool, whatever. But then like once some time goes by, my boy, that mask be slipping down, my boy.
You have to have humility to be a country star, to be able to say,
Oh, she's
look,
country.
here I am. I'm laying myself in front of you. I hope you like me, because I'm not better than you. I am you. You know, I'm not singing about things that are alien to you. I'm trying to sing things that you feel as I do. That sense of humility of I'm not better than the audience.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Some of these rappers, bro, I be like, you do realize you got like regular listeners, bro. We all don't got like 10 million on us, my boy.
It's very, very deep and very, very profound in the culture.
One of the interesting things about Taylor is that she is both this massive star, but her audience feels like she's almost their best friend. I think Taylor understands her brand better than maybe anybody else out there, and she understands just how much her success relies on the people that listen to her music, and she makes a point of making them feel like they're in the game and that they are contributing to her success. You know, when there's a fan voted award show and she wins, she makes a point of thanking everybody. She makes a point of acting the way that you would think somebody would act if they had just won some huge award. And so the fans always feel like they are part of her story, as well as watching the story play out.
I'm having a blast. I'm surprised that my legs aren't hurting yet. I'm surprised that there's no aching going on. I'm really having so much fun because like we're all having a really good time today, and they're all telling me really sweet stories. And they've given, look at all the bracelets that all the girls have given me today. This is just today, and I don't know. This has been
Yo,
one of
the fact that
coolest
she's
days
wearing
I
them
can
too.
remember.
Taylor Swift was born on December 13th, 1989 in Reading, Pennsylvania.
89.
Swift spent the early years of her life on a Christmas tree farm.
Well, Taylor Swift, known as America's sweetheart, really did have very much an idyllic American childhood. I mean, she grew up on a Christmas tree farm, for heaven's sake, with a very close family unit. Her dad's a stockbroker. She has one brother, Austin. Very close with her family. Taylor has said repeatedly her mom is her best friend.
Swift and her brother were raised in the Presbyterian faith and attended Vacation Bible School every summer. When Swift was 9 years old, the family moved to a rented house in the suburban town of Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. It was there where she attended Wyomissing Area Junior School. At the age of 7, Swift became interested in musical theater and performed in numerous Berks Youth Theater Academy productions. Swift later turned her attention to country music, with Shania Twain being one of her biggest influences.
That kind of combination of pop and country music. Also, Shania has a very glamorous look and a lot of fun with her videos, and I think Taylor likes that. The other thing is Shania sings a lot about real life, what she's gone through herself, very honest and open ballads, and I think Taylor resonates with that as well.
Canadian singer and songwriter.
She would spend her weekends performing at local festivals, coffee houses, fairs, karaoke concerts, garden clubs, Boy Scout meetings, and sporting events.
Gotta get it, I can get it, my boy.
At the age of 11, after many failed attempts, Swift won a local talent competition and was given the opportunity to appear as the opening act for Charlie Daniels at a Strausstown amphitheater. After watching a Behind the Music episode about Faith Hill, Swift felt sure she needed to go to Nashville, Tennessee to pursue a music career. At the age of 11, she traveled with her mother to Nashville to submit a demo of Dolly Parton and Dixie Chicks
Yo, salute to Taylor, but like, her parents.
Karaoke covers with record labels along
Very
Music
supportive.
Row.
And I remember talking to her about how she would walk down the street in Nashville. It's called Music Row because all the music companies, record labels, publishers, there's a vast array of them all along the same street. So you can just go up and down the street and hit all these different companies. And she would go from door to door, knocking on the doors and go, "Hi, I'm Taylor. I write songs. Would you give me a deal?" And you know, at that point, an 11-year-old isn't going to get much credibility, but she kept at it.
Nashville is the last place, I believe, not just in America, but in the world, where the craft of songwriting is nurtured and respected and loved. And by songwriting, I don't mean, baby, baby, That's a song in LA. It is not a song in Nashville. That just will not do. Songwriting, I don't mean, baby, baby, That's a song in LA. It is not a song in Nashville. That just will not do. You know, you are supposed to say something when you sing in a club in Nashville.
Anybody that wants to be a country singer has to come through Nashville. You don't have to always live in Nashville once you've become a successful country singer, but it's almost impossible to do it without living here at some point.
What I always like to say is that the difference between Nashville and Los Angeles and New York is that in Nashville, at least they'll listen to you before they tell you no.
After receiving numerous rejections, she realized she had to change her style in order to be noticed. When she was 12, she was taught how to play 3 chords on a guitar, inspiring her to write her first song, Lucky You. In 2003, Swift and her parents started working with New York-based music manager Dan Dimtro. With Dimtro's help, Swift...
Why does that name seem familiar? Did somebody tell me something about this dude? I don't want to accuse the wrong person, but somebody told me something about like a DJ or something like that, and like suing. Let me finish.
New York-based music manager Dan Dimtro. With Dimtro's help, Swift modeled for Abercrombie & Fitch as part of their Rising Stars campaign, had an original song included on a Maybelline compilation CD, and attended meetings with major record labels. After performing original songs at an RCA record showcase, the 8th grader was given an artist development deal and began making frequent trips to Nashville with her mother. To help Taylor break into country music, her father transferred to the Nashville office of Merrill Lynch, and the family relocated to a lakefront house in Hendersonville, Tennessee. In Tennessee, Swift attended Hendersonville High School for her freshman and sophomore years. Later, to accommodate her touring schedule, Swift transferred to the Aaron Academy, a private Christian school which offered homeschooling services. Swift moved to Nashville when she was 13 years old, having signed an artist development deal with RCA Records.
Well, for me, you know, the long period of time occurred from when I was 10 years old to when I was about 15. I mean, I spent that entire time trying to get a record deal, and actually moved to Nashville when I was 13, and didn't get a record deal right away. Didn't get a record deal at all, so I signed a publishing deal and became a staff songwriter at Sony ATV Publishing. And so I would write every single day after school because it was a job, you know. I was a paid songwriter when I was 14, so I wrote songs in Nashville for 2.5 years.
She proceeded to work with experienced Music Row songwriters and eventually formed a lasting working relationship with Liz Rose. Swift saw Rose performing at an RCA songwriter event and suggested that they write together.
I remember Jody Williams, who at that time was Liz Rose's song publisher. And he said something to Liz like, "Why are you wasting your time with this 14-year-old kid?" And Liz said to him, "She pulls her own weight.
Slow your roll, buddy."
In a songwriting session, she's no kid.
She likes
and that, I thought that little anecdote right there said volumes about who this person was, who Taylor Swift really was.
After performing at a BMI Songwriter Circle showcase in 2004 in New York, Swift became the youngest songwriter ever hired by the Sony ATV Tree Publishing House.
They really took a chance on me that I was the youngest person they ever signed. So I'd been writing since I was 12 years old, and when I was 14, I really started to co-write around Nashville, and it was really, really fun because I'd been writing by myself, and getting involved in the whole songwriting community in Nashville really helped me along and helped me on my way to, becoming an artist.
Swift left RCA Records when she was 15. The company wanted her to record the work of other songwriters and wait until she was 18 to release an album, but she felt ready to launch her career with...
I wonder why they wanted to wait. See, I mean, I'm not like in the music industry and things like that, so I'm trying to understand why they wanted to. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, she popping right now, so it worked for her. Whatever route she went, she took the right route. You heard me?
With her own material.
For me, songwriting is everything. I didn't want to sign with a record label that wouldn't let me write all my own music. For me, making an album is about telling stories, making confessions, and writing songs so detailed that each guy knows which song is about him, It's like they're all very personal, and so songwriting has been everything as far as me being an artist and being able to say what I want to say. It's been wonderful.
The kid had ice water in her veins. She just knew what she wanted, and she had a very, very astonishing sense of self about her. To take that opportunity, which anybody would kill for, a development deal at a major record company like RCA, and basically say, no, this isn't for me. It's not working. This isn't what I want. Just, it's jaw-dropping.
It showed that Taylor didn't just want to be famous. Most people come to town, they'll do whatever it takes to be successful. If somebody wants them to sing other people's songs, fine. Other people sing their songs, absolutely. It'll bring in royalties. For Taylor, she wanted to be on a record label, but she didn't want to do other people's songs. She wanted to have a publishing deal, but she didn't want other people to do her songs.
For a kid of that age and at that level in her career, to basically have that clear-headed a sense of who she was and what she wanted, I've never seen anything like it.
All along, it hasn't been about just being famous. It's been about being successful doing what she wants to do. She's always had her own vision about how she wanted to do it, and she was willing to give up pretty much a sure thing to do things the way that she wanted to do them.
At an industry showcase at Nashville's Bluebird Cafe in 2005, Swift caught the attention of Scott Borchetta, a DreamWorks Records executive who was preparing to form his own independent record label, Big Machine Records. She became one of the label's first signings, with her father purchasing a 3% stake in the fledgling company at an estimated cost of $120,000. Swift began working on her debut album shortly after signing her record deal. After experimenting with veteran Nashville producers, Swift persuaded Big Machine to hire her demo producer, Nathan Chapman. It was his first time recording a studio album, but Swift felt they had the right chemistry. She wrote 3 of the album's songs alone, including 2 singles, and co-wrote the remaining 8. Her self-titled debut album was released in October 2006. The New York Times described it as a small masterpiece of pop-minded country, both wide eyes and cynical, held together by Ms. Swift's firm, pleading voice. Following the debut single Tim McGraw, 4 other singles were released through 2007 and 2008. Our Song, Picture to Burn, Should Have Said No, and Teardrops on My Guitar.
Thank you. It's a song I wrote about ex-girlfriends who don't exactly know that they're ex-girlfriends. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. This is called Permanent Marker.
It's called Teardrops on My Guitar, and I wrote it about a situation that I went through when I was in high school, when I sat next to this guy in class and I had the biggest crush on him, and he had no idea. So every single day he would come in and sit down and talk to me about his girlfriend, and I got sick and tired of it one day, and so I wrote this song about it, and well, needless to say, I'm guessing the secret's out at this point.
Well, I think what was so extraordinary about Taylor's first album is that there were so many hits on the album. And as one song would become, go straight to #1, another one was coming out.
I think Taylor Swift took everyone by surprise with that first album. I think what took me by surprise was the maturity of this kid.
And it started small. It was not one of those debut albums that comes out and is at #1 on the charts and then kind of falls. It was a build and a build and a build and a build, and it kept selling over several years and is still putting up 1,000 or 2,000 units every week. So people are still discovering that first album.
The dream for me, I always just wanted to make it in country music. That's what I wanted. I mean, I think your dreams change as you start to achieve more of them. I'd love to write songs for other artists. I love to have a double platinum album. I think part of being in this business is being competitive and
She has to
being
have that right now.
somewhat restless, always wanting to achieve more than you have, and it's kind of like playing yourself. You want to beat what you've already done. So I'm just hoping that, I have a second album that does as well as the first, and, someday get to be a headliner and always be the same person that I started out as.
So
Does she know? Does she know?
with that album, Taylor tapped in to a market that country music doesn't always get, which is teenage girls. And I think that album, more maybe than any of the rest of them, is really, it was an album by a teenage girl for teenage girls. Country's market is women, but it's usually women in their 30s and 40s that's kind of the core country demographic. And so she was really bringing new people into the format at the same time that she was starting to win over some of the people that were already country listeners.
It's been amazing, just all the things that have happened, seeing my album go double platinum, getting to tour with my heroes, and topping it all off with like a Grammy nomination. I'm really, really in awe of it all.
I first met her in Nashville after she had just turned 17, and her record had been out for a couple of months, and I was really impressed by the record when it came out, and that was one of the reasons I went to meet with her. That her songs sounded very refreshing to me, because this was a teenager who was happy to sound like a teenager. We'd had the Britneys and Christina Aguileras and performers like that where everybody's trying to move beyond their years. And she was happy being in the years that she was living in, and it sounded very believable.
Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears. What if? I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe they labels force them to do that. I don't know, brother.
The album sold 39,000 copies during its first week and went on to sell 5.5 million copies worldwide. Shortly after the release of her debut album, she went on to win a string of high-profile awards. Swift and Alan Jackson were jointly named the Nashville Songwriter Association's Songwriter Artist of the Year in 2007, with Swift becoming the youngest person ever to be honored with the title.
Yo, she always the
also
youngest
won
something,
the Country
man.
Music Association's Horizon Award for Best New Artist, the Academy of Country Music Awards Top New Female Vocalist, and the American Music Awards Favorite Country Female Artist honor. She was also nominated for a 2008 Grammy Award in the category of Best New Artist, but lost to Amy Winehouse.
Wait, Best New Artist? I thought Best New Artist only goes to rookies. And she was a rookie in 2007, right? That's why she won in 2007. So 2008, she wouldn't be... I mean, I don't know, man. I don't really be watching these award shows, man. No disrespect.
The category of Best New Artist, but lost to Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse was good. I think I heard one song.
Swift's second studio album, Fearless, was released in November 2008. She co-produced the album with Nathan Chapman.
My new CD comes out November 11th, and the first single just came out on iTunes and stuff. So I'm really excited. It's a song that I wrote by myself, and having written every song on the new record and co-produced it, I'm just so excited for people to hear it.
The lead single from the album, Love Story, was released in September 2008 and became the second best-selling country single of all time, peaking at number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart.
You know, on Love Story, Taylor talks a lot about the kind of trials and travails of being a high school girl and getting your heart broken. She does everything from talk about, you know, a cute boy in her math class she has a crush on, to getting her heart broken by a boy who promised to love her forever and always. I think that for Taylor Swift, she still experiences life, love, and disappointment the way the rest of us do. Life, love, and disappointment the way the rest of us do.
I ain't hear that goddamn beat though.
And despite the fact that people
Oh, bro, that beat. Hold up, man.
love and disappointment the way the rest of us do. And despite the
I like that pocket right there. It's a love story.
And despite the fact that people may be a lot older or from different cultures or different perspectives, I think she really gets to the heart of what all of us feel in those situations, hence her incredible mainstream and widespread appeal.
The release of her second album coincided with a short-lived relationship with Joe Jonas from the Jonas Brothers. The couple dated for several months before an infamous phone call put an end to the relationship.
Yeah, so after she started getting some success, suddenly, you know, other famous people are interested in her, and she has a dating life. And at one point, she was seeing Joe Jonas of the Jonas Brothers, and wasn't hesitant, didn't bat an eye in talking about that he had called her up on the phone to break up. And she said, I clocked it. I looked at my cell phone record after he was done, and it was 27 seconds. He spent 27 seconds on the phone breaking up, and I think that's bad. And she writes about that stuff.
The album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 album chart with sales of over 500,000 copies and has since sold 8.6 million copies worldwide.
I remember talking to her and she's going, I'm so excited for you to hear where we're going, because it's going to be so much better. And you could see how excited she was. And she, insisted on playing some things for me. And, she had her iPod there and she's zipping through and go, okay, you got to hear this one. And then, oh, what should I play you next? And goes on to the next one. So I got a preview of it and was impressed by the amount of growth that I heard from, 2 years before. You could hear now what she was writing about when she was 15 and 16. And still in high school, very different than 17 and 18. Now she's, getting up out into the world, and at this point she's getting her career is really taken off while she still is working on graduating from high school.
Swift went on her first headlining tour in support of Fearless. She played shows in North America, Europe, Australia, and Asia. The tour was attended by more than 1.1 million fans and grossed over $63 million.
I'm just so excited. I cannot believe all the sellouts. Like, when I get a call like that, when they're like, oh, by the way, the tour sold out Madison Square Garden in a minute. I don't know how to react to that other than to just start jumping up and down and screaming.
I always expected to have to do a lot of...
How many tickets, not tickets, but how many seats does that hold? Did they say Madison Square Garden? Madison Square Garden. What is it, seat capacity? Let me see. Dang, 20,000. That's a lot.
Stressing out about selling tickets. And then I went on my first headlining tour and everything just sold out.
Hold up. Let me go back.
Up out into the world, and at this point she's
on her first headlining tour in support of Fearless. She played shows in North America, Europe, Australia, and Asia. The tour was attended by more than 1.1 million fans and grossed over $63 million.
I'm just so excited. I cannot believe all the sellouts.
I wanted to see
like,
if it was gonna
when
see,
I get
like,
a call like that, when they're like, oh, by the way, the tour sold out Madison Square Garden in a minute. I don't know how to react to that other than to just start jumping up and down and screaming.
I always expected to have to do a lot of stressing out about selling tickets. And then I went on my first headlining tour and everything just sold out. And I was like, really? This is how this works?
No, Taylor. That's not how it works. That's how it works for you, probably MJ, maybe Beyonce. No, Beyonce probably sells out too. No disrespect. It's like once you're a part of like that upper echelon of just like super talented, like, you know what I mean? It worked for you guys. It don't work for everybody, Miss Taylor.
Just sold out. And I was like, really? This is how this works? I've never expected that kind of success. I've never just felt entitled to my shows selling out or things like this happening to me, but the fact that they have happened to me has been wonderful, and I hope that the second leg of the tour is as successful as the first. This tour has been so amazing because the fans have just absolutely made me feel like I've won the lottery of dreams coming true. When I'm up there and I look down and I see all of these t-shirts that people have made, and the signs that they make are hilarious. Just very creative. It's gonna be so sad knowing that we're not gonna see each other for a while. Everybody on the tour, from the lighting to the crew to the dancers and the band, and everybody that have just become even more of my family in the last couple of months. But the last weekend of the tour is also elaborate pranking.
Swift became the first country music artist to win an MTV Video Music Award when You Belong to Me was named Best Female Video in 2009. Her acceptance speech was interrupted by rapper Kanye West, and the incident received much media attention.
Everyone was shocked. Here,
Hey, random question. So, like, when Mr. West did what he did that make... I know that made a lot of people hate Kanye West, but, like, as a Taylor Swift fan, if Taylor Swift fans are watching, did that make you not like Beyonce too? Or just like Mr.
West, and the incident received much media attention.
everyone was shocked. Here comes Taylor to, receive a very well-deserved reward, and he gets up and makes an absolute idiot of himself, rambling about Beyonce, who looked horrified in the audience. He was not doing her any favors either.
And she just handled it very gracefully, incredibly professionally.
I think what was interesting to me about that whole debacle was that the world, really the world, kind of stood up and said, leave her alone, don't pick on her, we like her.
And everybody in the world saw that for what it was. Mm-hmm. And the way she handled it was classic Taylor.
What'd she say?
She was just as gracious as ever.
I think that's one of those places where she kind of grew up in the public eye, because people saw from that she could handle a crisis situation and just stay calm, just go on about things.
She was very gracious. She never really criticized Kanye, who basically went into hiding after the incident because he had embarrassed himself so badly, and ended up apologizing profusely on Twitter for really offending not just Taylor, but really a lot of her fans.
Mm-hmm. Taylor brushed off the incident and went on to end the year in tenacious style. Fearless was named Album of the Year and Best Country Album, while White Horse was named Best Country Song and Best Country Female Vocal Performance. She was the youngest artist ever to win Album of the Year and became the youngest artist and one of only 6 women to be named Entertainer of the Year by the Country Music Association.
6? Hold up, man. We gotta do some research on this.
Ever to win Album of the Year and became the youngest artist and one of only 6 women to be named Entertainer of the Year by the Country Music Association.
Well, tonight I'm just gonna dance around with my band and my crew and my record label and freak out, because honestly.
All right, hold up. So we got Miss Lena Wilson, okay, and who else we got? Miss Lena Wilson. Bro, no disrespect, they just showing her. I want to see like everybody who's won. You know what I mean? Okay, all women who won the CMA Entertainer of the Year award. All right, here we go. Miss Loretta Lynn. Salute to Miss Loretta. You heard me? Trailblazer. Dolly Parton. Okay, there we go. Barbara Mandrell. Oh, she won back-to-back on some Kobe and Shaq. Okay, for sure. Salute to Miss Barbara. Who else we got? Not Rebecca. Reba McIntyre. Okay, yo, salute to her. Cheyenne Twain. All right, there we go. Salute to her. Oh, a group won it. What the heck? You could do groups? Dixie Chicks. Yo, salute to Dixie Chicks. You heard me? Oh! Hold on. They gave me an ad. 2009. Wow, in 2011, Miss Swift. She got it. Yes, Sirskis. And then Lena Wilson. Wow, so was it Rebel who went back-to-back? Who went back-to-back? The only person who went back-to-back. Oh, no, Barbara Mandrell went back-to-back in 1980 and in 81. Yo, salute to everybody, man. Yo, y'all did the thing. Salute.
I never imagined that the unattainable thing that I had always held in my mind and my imagination would happen to me at 19. And I've watched every single year of my life, I've watched the CMA Awards. Every single year that I can remember watching CMA Awards. So I know what this means. And
wait,
that's
2011
why
was the
I'm
last
so at a
one.
loss for words right now.
Why didn't she win anymore?
So addressing the pace of my career, I feel like
I look at it from both ways. Of course, it feels like just yesterday that I was knocking on doors of Nashville going, hey, will you listen to my demo? But then again,
Did she like switch genres? Like, is she not country no more? Is that why she hasn't been winning the biggest country entertainer award? Huh, I'm confused. She might have switched genres, maybe. No, cause Reputation didn't sound country to me. Yo, what the heck going on? Whatever, bro. She just versatile. She could probably do country, pop. She probably just do a whole. She just versatile. Whatever.
I feel so lucky to know you guys and to have talked to you in press rooms and to have been an opening act for every single person that I was nominated against in the Entertainer of the Year category. I'm just very appreciative right now.
Swift went on to win 4 Grammy Awards in 2010 from a total of 8 nominations.
This is the dream come true. It's like I've never been presumptuous.
I was nominated against in the Entertainer of the Year category. I'm just very appreciative right now.
Swift went on to win 4 Grammy Awards in 2010 from a total of 8 nominations.
This is the dream come true. It's like I've never been presumptuous about dreams, and when you have crazy dreams like I wonder what it would be like to win a Grammy someday, I never actually could fathom that it might happen until I was walking up there and winning one.
Swift released her 3rd studio album, Speak Now, in October 2010. She wrote all 14 songs on the album and co-produced it. Musically, it has been said that the album expands beyond country pop to border both alternative rock and bubblegum pop. The album's lead single, Mine, was released in August 2010, and a further 5 singles were released throughout 2010 and 2011.
I got to get a little preview of it. I was the only journalist allowed into the studio with her while she was recording it. She was out here in Hollywood adding some strings to a couple of the songs back to December and Haunted. And I wanted to see how she works creatively behind the mixing board, not just in the studio as a singer. And we know how she works as a songwriter, but to see her develop the overall sound of her records. And she was so excited to have this like 26-piece orchestra being conducted by Paul Buckmaster, a very major orchestrator and arranger, conductor in pop music circles going back to the days of Elton John's early records. And she was so jazzed to hear the orchestra playing her music. Because that's the thing that really comes across to me, that the most important thing to her in her career is being a songwriter.
Speak Now was a major commercial success, debuting at #1 on the U.S. Billboard 200 chart. Its opening sales of 1.5 million copies made it the 16th album in U.S. history to sell 1 million copies in a single week. As a result of selling 20 million albums in copies, made it the 16th album in U.S. history to sell 1 million copies in a single week.
Only
As a result
16?
of selling 20 million albums worldwide, Taylor was presented with a special plaque from Scott Burketta representing her 20 million album sales.
Oh my God!
Wow.
What?
So Taylor, on behalf of Big Machine Records and our partners Universal Music Group Worldwide, we are so proud to present to you this plaque that indicates you have sold more than 20 million.
3 albums. Uno, dos, tres, bro. 3 albums sold 20 million. And this, I don't know what year this is. 11?
Proud to present to you this plaque that indicates.
Yo, they need to see Reputation.
Ooh, you have sold more than 20 million records worldwide.
Good job, Miss Swift.
Oh my God.
And you have to carry that home now. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have to find a wall big enough for this. I'm absolutely blown away by the 20 million records plaque. It's just sort of beyond my comprehension to get a plaque like that. And the fact that the fans have done that much for me in such a short period of time is just unreal. And I'm so excited. In such a short period of time, it's just...
13? Or is that a B with spaces missing? Probably 13. Okay, still at 11. So what does 13 mean? 13? Was she in the music game for 13 years? No, that's probably not it. What the heck? 13.
Unreal, and I'm so excited and so thankful. I remember coming up in the music industry, and like I would make goals for myself that were just ahead of the last goal I had just accomplished. I would never make a goal that was so far down the line that I felt like it was unattainable. A 20 million record plaque in my mind is just always seems unattainable. I never would have imagined that that would be a possibility for a goal. I was hoping to be able to sell one record, you know, be able to make a record, to be able to have songs that people could hear. That's like, the fact that that's happening now, and the 20 million plaque is just, it's all the fans, and I'm just at a loss again for words.
Taylor embarked on the Speak Now World Tour in 2011 and visited Asia, North America, Oceania, and Europe.
Well, hello, London! And welcome to the Speak Now World Tour. I'm Taylor. We have had the honor and the privilege of playing in London many times before. But you have never looked as beautiful as you look tonight at the O2.
Finishing the tour in Europe at the O2 Arena in London with a sold-out show is, I couldn't think of a more perfect way to end this European run. I've gotten to experience just parts of the world I never thought I'd get to see, and nonetheless play shows in and have the crowds singing the words back to me. As a songwriter, to have people singing the lyrics back to you in countries where they don't even really speak English, it's like so gratifying. It's been a really beautiful tour here, and finishing it here at the O2 is just so perfect.
Taylor Swift's fourth studio album, Red, was released in October 2012. It was with this album that Taylor started to experiment with her music and created singles for a pop demographic. The album's lead single, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, became Swift's first #1 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 chart.
Production-wise, in terms of the sound of the record, it's very different. It's the first album track that she's ever done where it wasn't just her and her producer Nathan Chapman, where she's working with Max Martin and Shellback.
So this is when she started transitioning to like, see, I was right, I called it. Because I'm like, yo, Taylor Swift is big. How come she's not winning no country music awards no more? Shawty in a whole different genre. Or she taps into different genres.
It wasn't just her and her producer Nathan Chapman, where she's working with Max Martin and Shellback out of Sweden. And, you know, those are the guys that make those big dance pop records. And so it's in a lot of ways, it's much more like that. It's very much a pop record. There's a country mix to it, but it's really clearly an effort to go make a big pop record. But it's almost like the Swedish dance pop version of what an old Taylor Swift song should have sounded like. You know, so she's working with different producers, she's working with different songwriters, she's got some guests in on the album, and it's really about seeing what she can learn, seeing what she can do with all of these other people, and kind of learning just how broad the Taylor Swift sound is going to go.
We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together and I Knew You Were Trouble were both international hits.
We're we're never getting back together. And like this documentary is showing her. I ain't gonna lie to you, she's looking. Hey yo, she can make somebody jealous.
For Getting Back Together and I Knew You Were Trouble were both international hits. I Knew You Were Trouble was written about One Direction's Harry Styles, who Taylor dated for several months around the time of Red's release.
One of the things I think people like about Taylor Swift, particularly her young fans, is that her awkwardness with men. She has been dumped, she has been rejected, and she sings about it very openly. Taylor herself has said, you know, I'm not the girl who always has a boyfriend. I'm the girl who rarely has a boyfriend. And I think a lot of girls who feel awkward of any age
Is she married now?
Can relate to that.
Any British men on the horizon?
I mean, for what kind of horizon? There's so many different kinds of horizons.
On the romantic horizon?
I've heard nothing on the romantic horizon, come on. Okay.
As part of the Red Tour, Swift played 86 dates in North America, New Zealand, Australia, Europe, and Asia.
I'm really excited about being in China for the first time. It's really exciting to bring the Red Tour here because having never been here, I'm most excited about the fact that the show in Shanghai sold out in under a minute. That was unbelievable. So it makes me even more excited to play the show, knowing that there was that much demand here. It's really exciting going somewhere new because I've done so much international touring that you very rarely get to be in an entire country you've never even stepped foot in before. So that kind of experience is always really exciting. And there are lots of different places we're going on this Asia tour where I've never been there before, but surprisingly, the shows have sold out. So I think that, like I said, that's the most exciting thing, that these audiences have been so excited about the show being here.
International.
It's hard to try and figure out why my music works so well in Asia and why the fans like it so much. I'm honored by the fact that they, you know, even if English isn't their first language, they would learn the words to my songs and sing them back to me in concert. It's really fun for me to know that they put that much effort in. And also, it's that kind of amazing reminder that music is one of those unifying factors that works all over the world. And looking out into the crowd and being in a completely new place, seeing that it's sold out, seeing that people know the words to the songs, it's really, really incredible. So we're in Shanghai. We're actually going to do a dress rehearsal to prep for the Asian tour. And although it's predominantly the same set list and production elements as the North American and the things we've done in the UK, it's good to kind of get back in the swing of things. So I'm going to do a dress rehearsal, and everybody's in full costume. So we're going to go do that now to a completely empty arena. Tomorrow, things will look a lot different. I'm really excited about the idea of touring all over the world and putting out albums that will translate all over the world. And, you know, musically, I think that's been a huge motivating factor for me in making new music is making sure that it's music that people will love in America, and maybe they'll love in Asia, and maybe they'll love in Europe. And that's been a new thing I've really hoped for, being able to travel internationally and tour internationally.
The Red Tour was attended by 1.7 million fans and grossed over $150 million. Swift won 3 MTV European Music Awards in 2012, including the honors for Best Female and Best Live Act. I Knew You Were Trouble won Best Female Video at the 2013 MTV Video Music Awards. She was named Best Female Country Artist at the 2012 American Music Awards and was named Artist of
Best New
MTV Video Music Awards. She was named Best Female Country Artist at the
Oh, my fault. Best female. I thought I said best new.
Video Music Awards. She was named Best Female Country Artist at the 2012 American Music Awards and was named Artist of the Year at the 2013 ceremony. And in classic Taylor Swift fashion, she was already focusing on her next album.
Thank you so much. The winning Artist of the Year for the third time is kind of a little bit mind-numbingly unbelievable, and I'm just, yeah, it's a little bit hard to absorb it all at once, to answer your question. It's amazing, and the fact that it's fan voted makes it that much better. This year has been unreal for me with this album. I don't expect things to do well just as by default. So for this to happen is wonderful.
Can you talk about where you are on your next album?
Ooh, yes, I can. That's my favorite thing to talk about. I'm so obsessed with where it is right now because I think for me the goal is that we start coming upon a sound that's different from everything we've done before and an identity to a new record, and having come upon that so early in the process just is really thrilling. And you know, I mean, I've got a lot of time to write more, but it's really looking promising so far. Like how many things I've got finished that I love, that I know I want on the record. It's more than, it's way ahead of schedule, to answer your question. I'm really stoked for you to hear it.
1989, Swift's fifth studio album, was released towards the end of 2014. Taylor described 1989 as her first official pop release and part.
Oh, that's when she was born, 1989.
Swift's fifth studio album was released towards the end of 2014. Taylor described 1989 as her first official pop release and parted ways with some members of her longtime band. As part of the 1989 promotional campaign, Swift invited fans to secret album listening sessions called the 1989 Secret Sessions at her houses in New York, Nashville, and Los Angeles. The album's lead single, Shake It Off, was released in August 2014 and reached #1 on the US Billboard Hot 100. 1989 sold just fewer than 1.3 million copies in the US during the first week of release, selling more copies in its opening week than any album in the previous 12 years. This achievement made
That's where 13 comes from.
the album in the previous 12 years.
In the previous 12 years. So the 13 did represent her in the music industry. I don't know, I could be wrong.
This achievement made Swift the first and only act to have 3 albums sell more than 1 million copies in the opening release week. It later became the best-selling album of 2014, selling 3.6 million copies. Swift was named Billboard's Woman of the Year in 2014. She is the only artist to be awarded this title twice. At the 2015 Grammy Awards, Shake It Off was nominated for 3 awards, including Record of the Year and Song of the Year. While at the 2015 Brit Awards, Swift won the International Female Solo Artist Award.
Oh, Taylor, tell us how you feel about winning your first ever Brit Award.
I'm way too excited about it. I need to calm down. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. It's been the most amazing slow build with, you know, my love affair with England and the UK, and, you know, starting out playing King's College and ending up 8 years later getting ready to play sold out Hyde Park is like, what? So this first Brit Award couldn't have come at a better time. I'm so happy, honestly. It's amazing.
The reaction to 1989 has been incredible. You must be very happy with the way your fans and all your new fans have taken to your new music.
I'm really happy with it, and thank you for saying that you listen to it all the time. That's really nice. I'm so proud of this album, and I feel like I've been very lucky that my kind of creative evolution has taken just as long as my growth in England. It you know, I've been writing songs since I was 12 years old, and with every album they've changed. 1989 is my favorite by far, so I'm really happy that's the one that people like the most. That's really convenient for me.
And finally tonight, please tell us about your incredible performance. You were one of the first performers on stage. It was a big gig, a big one to start off with. And how was it for you?
I have no idea how it was because I haven't seen it back. I'm terrified. But you think it was good, so I trust you. You're not going to lie to me. We met 5 minutes ago. You wouldn't do that. I hope it was okay. I get really nervous at these things, but somehow, like, you put a crowd in a room and it gets easier. And you know, the Brits are so nice to let me open the show and give me stuff like confetti and cool lighting cues and the whole stage to work with. I had a really fun time, and I can't believe that, like, all the things I have to do tonight are over now and I just get to hang out And
what will you do now? You've got a lot of friends here.
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna go hang out with them. Ed's about to perform, so I'm gonna run now.
You enjoy Ed Sheeran, and thank you for talking to us. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Taylor
See
Swift,
ya.
everybody.
In 2017, Taylor released another internationally renowned album, Reputation.
Wow!
The leading single from the album was Look What You Made Me Do. The song broke a string of records, including the record for the most plays in a single day on Spotify.
Hold up. You made me do. Look what you made me do.
The song's music video premiered on August 27, 2017 at the 2017 MTV Video Music Awards. The video broke the record for the most watched video within 24 hours by achieving 43.2 million views on YouTube in its first day.
I'm sorry, the old Taylor can't come to the phone right now.
Dude, the snake, like, the snake is on her rings. Oh my goodness, bro. It's like, you gotta tell me what the snake represents, because I saw the snake at her live performance. Yo, the details is crazy.
I'm sorry, the old Taylor can't come to the phone right now. Why? Oh, 'cause she's dead.
In May 2018, Taylor began her Reputation Stadium tour in Arizona that went on to tour 6 countries and 53 shows. In October 2018, Taylor Swift broke her long silence on politics and urged her U.S. fans to register to vote to stand against rising anti-LGBT and rising racist right-wing hostility growing in American politics. In a powerful Instagram post, she reached out to her 112 million Instagram followers, and it had a real effect. Over the next 24 hours, there were around 65,000 new registered voters.
Ooh.
At the American Music Awards in 2018, Taylor arrived to collect her now 22 trophies as she became the most decorated female music artist ever in the 46-year ceremony. Lover is the 7th studio album by Taylor Swift. It was released on Lover is the 7th studio album by Taylor Swift. It was released on August 23, 2019 by Republic Records. She described the album as a love letter to love itself. The album celebrates the ups and downs of love and incorporates brighter, more cheerful
Hey, y'all, I ain't gonna hold you, man. She been through it on, like, I guess you could say that, like, the romantic side of things. But hopefully, you know, like with Mr. Travis Kelce, sir, like, you know what I mean, they might be engaged, not married. I don't know, maybe, but hopefully, you know, it works.
tones, departing from the dark sounds of its predecessor, Reputation. Lover features collaborations with the Dixie Chicks and Brendan Urie of Panic at the Disco. It was preceded by 3 singles, the international top 5 singles Me and You Need to Calm Down, and the title track, all of which reached the top 10 on the US Billboard Hot 100. A week before the release of the single You Need to Calm Down, Taylor made a surprise performance at the Stonewall Inn, an LGBT historical landmark.
I heard that this is Jesse's favorite song to do at karaoke, which was an incredible rumor. I really want to believe it's true. So if there's anything you feel like you want to jump in on, if there's your part that you're really good at, then just sing, dance, just be yourself.
Oh, fantastic. I think we're all going to do this,
This is a
right?
really safe space. Honor to be here at the Stonewall Inn. Thank you for being so wonderful. So fun dancing with you. Happy Pride Month. Thanks so much. 2019
would turn into a difficult year for Swift, despite her continued success. In June, Big Machine, Swift's former record label, was purchased by music manager Scooter Braun, including the masters for her first 6 albums. Swift voiced her displeasure in a Tumblr post, saying she had been trying to buy the masters for years and describing Braun as an incessant manipulative bully. In August,
Whoa.
Swift
Dang. Yo, that's messed up, bro.
announced plans to re-record the albums in November 2020.
Hold on. Re-record? Hold on. No. Hold on.
The masters for years and describing Braun as an incessant manipulative bully. In August, Swift announced plans to re-record the albums in November 2020. In November 2019, Swift said that Braun and Big Machine founder Scott Borchetta blocked her from performing her older songs at the 2019 American Music Awards, where she was to receive the Artist of the Decade award, as well as using older material for the Netflix documentary Taylor Swift, Miss Americana. Big Machine denied the allegations in general terms in a statement and accused Swift of owing millions of dollars and multiple assets to the label. In response, Swift's representatives released correspondence showing a Big Machine executive refusing to grant licenses for the documentary and stated Big Machine owes Swift nearly $8 million in unpaid royalties.
He dropping facts.
On November 18th, Big Machine issued a statement that it had agreed to grant all licenses of their artists' performances to stream post-show and for rebroadcast on mutually approved platforms for.
They only did it because she called them out. She dropped facts. Just like you guys told me that she dropped facts with Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. I guess they put out a video, and I guess the video was like chopped up or edited or something like that. And so, hey, look, man. Overall, Taylor Swift, she seemed like a nice, genuine, kind soul. You heard me?
The American Music Awards, though it did not mention Swift by name. On December 16, 2019, the musical blockbuster film Cats was released. Taylor Swift was given the role of Bumblearina without an audition, and despite the film's struggle at the box office, many critics have said that Swift's performance was one of the film's highlights. Taylor Swift found her calling and turned her dreams into reality with a combination of talent and an unparalleled desire to reach the top. She is one of the most successful musicians of all time. Her music has evolved and grown along with her, from small-town girl to international superstar.
I'm having a blast. I'm surprised that my legs aren't hurting yet. I'm surprised that there's no aching going on. I'm really having so much fun because we're all having a really good time today, and they're all telling me really sweet stories. And look at all the bracelets that all the girls have given me today. This is just today, and I don't know. This has been one of the coolest days I can remember.
She was the girl who dared to dream.
Never been presumptuous about dreams. You have crazy dreams like, I wonder what it would be like to win a Grammy someday.
Oh, that's it. Dare to dream. Hey, yo, man, that was good. That was good. Oh, snap, Ariana Grande got one too. Oh, man. Listen, my boy. That was detailed, man. I'm not sure where that Scooter Braun dude came from. Like, for you to like first of all, Taylor Swift is so dang beloved by a lot of people. And the fact that you tried to screw her out of blocking her own music, bro, you're insane. You're insane. Then on top of that, you try to lie about it, and then when she dropped the facts and dropped the receipts and all that goddamn evidence, you want to backtrack. Come on, man. Yeah, I don't know who the Scooter Braun dude is, but man, you seem like a fraud, my boy. You heard me? But just to see 1989, yo, I didn't know she looks young. I didn't know she was older. But to see her 4-5 years old singing and then reach the age of 8, and 11. I think she was 8 years old when she wanted to fly out to like Tennessee or something like that. But to see her journey from the first self-titled album to no, not 89. Fearless was Fearless her second, but to see her her journey through the first 3 albums where she sold 20 million, then she went on to drop, I want to say 89. No, Lover. No, was it Lover or then 89? Was it 89 then Lover? But to see her go from that, she seems very honest, open, sweet. You know what I mean? I guess she's not shy about like her public dating life because I guess she puts those moments in her songs. You know, and she said in the beginning that she's very detailed because when she makes a song and put it out, she wants the guy to know that it's directly about you. So Joe Jonas, the other guy from the group, you know what I mean? When she dropped off, was it Red? Yeah, when she dropped off Red, we're never getting back together, and I knew you was bad or trouble from the beginning, or from the start. That guy. I think they only mentioned 2 guys in here, Joe Jonas, and the guy from the group. But nah, man, she's very, and like I always tell this all the time, man. It's like when somebody's open and honest and like vulnerable like that, you gotta respect it. You know what I mean? Like it takes a lot for people to like be open up and things like that, especially about privacy life. Like you know what I mean? Like come on, now, all up in your dating life is crazy. Especially when that one dude at the I don't know if like the award show, but he asked, "Oh, what's on the romantic horizon?" Like, bro, why you all up in her goddamn business, my dude? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, what's up with y'all, man? These journalists and paparazzi folks, man, they be like so nosy, bro. That crap irks my nerve, man. But Taylor Swift seemed to like. I like consistency. And I like keeping the same energy. Cause that's how I live my life. So to see Taylor Swift start out being genuine and kind, and throughout the whole process, keep the same energy, be super consistent. Like, bro, she showed off her wrist, and it was like nothing but bracelets that she was getting from the fans. You know what I mean? Like to actually accept the gift, not throw it away, not throw it in the bag, but to put it on. Like imagine being one of those fans that gave her the bracelet and you seeing it. Imagine being that fan and watching on a documentary like, oh my god, I gave her that. Bro, that's fire. Then she even acknowledged the crowd when it came to like the posters. You know what I mean? Like they she was like some of them posters be hilarious and comedy and things like that. And then how she showed appreciation for like when she goes to like international, bro. You know what I mean? International. She just like, yo, some of these dudes, this is not even their first language, but they take the time out of the day to actually learn my songs. Like she just showed nothing but gratitude and authenticness and genuineness throughout this whole process. And so for me, being a person that respect consistency and keep it the same energy, I enjoyed this documentary, man. I was glad when I saw The Reputation, cause that's the first that's the first album I heard of Miss Taylor was Reputation, and I loved it. Side note, I was like, oh, something about you guys got to guess like my favorite songs on that album. And somebody did. New Year's Day. Obviously, I like that song. And then the person also guessed, which surprised me, was Dress. I was rocking with Dress, but as I was making my playlist, I'm like, bro, am I really gonna like just like the lyrics ain't really for me? Well, let me tell you something, brother. The melody and the vibes of that song, I was just like, F it, man. I gotta put that on a goddamn playlist, man. Dress is a good song. But overall, man, Miss Taylor Swift is like that, man. And the fact, bro, hold on, before I go. She was first so many times. It was like record after record after record after record after record. I'm like, goddamn, who are you? Goddamn LeBron James of the goddamn music industry? First, the youngest, first, the only, six, the only, back to back. I'm like, girl, you just overall, like, the overall greatness, man, just top notch, bro. But oh, another thing is that she was just like, man, I was just hoping to sell one record. You sold one record, and then you end up selling, with that one record turned into 20 million off the first 3 albums. You know, that it shows the humbleness, it shows the humility of Miss Swift, and you gotta respect that, man. You gotta respect it. And then it was funny when she was like, what did she say, my boy? She was like, I was so nervous about selling tickets because, like, my company or label, whatever, they was like stressing that, and then it sold out under a minute. It's that easy? No, for you it is. You know what I mean? So it that just shows the work that you put in, that your fans and everybody is buying tickets and selling out under a minute. That's crazy, shawty. That's crazy, man. But salute to Miss Taylor Swift. You heard me?
I wake up, then I'm going to the moon. I just dropped on my savings. How about me a spaceship? I wake up, then I'm going to the moon. I broke up with my lady. No time with no lady.